Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft replay for you, as once again we have a great engagement, a great international engagement in between the two pro players. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys as we have spawned here in the lower left. In the red it is MAXPAX from Denmark, I believe, yes, and his opponent spawning here in the upper right. In the blue it is SERRAL from Finland, the current world champion. I'm not quite sure when this game has been played, but then again it's a very interesting engagement in between them. So yeah, let's just see what their build orders are going to be here as they're spawning on Beckett Industries LE. So it looks like SERRAL goes for a fast expansion build order. No spawning pool, no extractor yet for him, as his two overlords are also moving here out on the map. Let's just check MAXPAX really quick as he's going for his pylon here in the front and looking like he's going to block the entrance here towards his expansion point. So yes, indeed, SERRAL goes for that fast expansion. Pretty soon I'm thinking that he's going to continue with his spawning pool and an extractor, and then we see some nice pipes here onto this map towards the gas. So yeah, very interesting looking map here. And let's just see what the strategies for the two players are going to be. Of course, many Protoss really like to go into that Twilight Council with that blinking ability for those stalkers. They also like to go for an adept push if possible. And yeah, when it comes to the Zerg, we've seen some Zergs go for some roach pushes early on with some Ravagers, even with some Queens, and even some Nidoswarms could be a possibility here for SERRAL versus his opponent. Yeah, there indeed is that gas. There is his spawning pool as this one probe sees now everything, even tries to steal some gas, but MAXPAX needs to be careful. He was blocked there and his probe has been taken down now. Let's see, he's going for that cybernetic score. There is his expansion, and around the 2-minute and 20-second mark, I believe SERRAL even is going to go for his second expansion. Check the main from MAXPAX now really quick, double gas, one pylon, and we're about to find out what his next building is going to be. Is going to be a starport or a Twilight Council. This overlord, of course, giving nice vision here towards SERRAL. And yeah, there is this one probe, and indeed he's going for a Stargate first. So we're about to see some harassment by the Protoss players with some oracles, with some void rays, perhaps even some carrier pushes could be a possibility for MAXPAX, or he might even transition into some gateway units, mass zealots with stalkers could also be a possibility here for him, as SERRAL indeed has taken here his second expansion point. So looking like he's preparing his macro oriented game. Let's have a look. He might even take his other expansion point here and just create a creep highway towards his expansions. Now yes, of course he's building those queens very fast. Of course, queens really good early on, slowly but steady. We're closing here towards the 5-minute mark, so a very normal game, nothing out of the ordinary yet in between the two pro players. A nice block here on the main. Warp is being researched here for the Protoss, as we see actually the first void ray now being spawned here by MAXPAX. So no oracle first, actually going for void ray. I believe he's wanting to hunt down those overlords here, but SERRAL, of course, moving those really quickly out of danger. Yeah, let's check his main really quick. Of course, you can see the production tab in the upper left part, just in case I'm missing something. So yeah, still a ordinary game here for both players, as the second expansion point is about to finish here for SERRAL. There is his second gateway. The void ray still hunting down those overlords. Let's have a look. Did he killed one? No, still 0 kills, so the overlord nicely has been saved here by SERRAL, as still some Zerglings are roaming around the map. And we see actually the second expansion point here for MAXPAX, as his oracle is also moving here out on the map. Pretty soon we're going to be seeing some harassment, but SERRAL seems to be ready for that with his spore, with his queens into this location. So in comes the oracle around the 4-minute mark, but yeah, this should be held by SERRAL. However, 2 drones have been sniped, so nice job here by MAXPAX, as his one void ray still roams around the map, still searching for those overlords, but SERRAL has done a nice job saving him. Still one oracle might get killed here, but MAXPAX nicely reacting here as SERRAL just keeps on pushing more and more of that creep out on the map. Yeah, the second expansion point is out very soon for MAXPAX, and this one overlord has made it here through. He's going to be seeing all of those buildings. He's going to be see the forge a second gateway sorry, a second starport here for MAXPAX. So MAXPAX, like indeed, is going really heavily into those air units, and yeah, this one Voidway is going to of course take care of the Overlord. The mission of the Overlord is of course successful here, as SERRAL sees now everything the Protoss has into his main, as he's once again trying to push out with some Void Rays with an Oracle, but not really making any difference here, as SERRAL still has a nice defense at home with those queens, and now even decides to once again expand into the other location. And yeah, finally the Overlord is going to be taken out, but he has gathered important information, even seeing this one robotics facility bay into this location and one shield battery. So nice scouting here by SERRAL, as he might even take out this one Oracle. The Oracle really low. MAXPAX not paying attention, losing this one over Oracle. And yeah, pretty good early game by SERRAL, just losing 2 drones. MAXPAX sadly losing this one Oracle, not really dealing any economic damage early on towards his opponent. Let's just see if this is going to change with those Void Rays. More and more Void Rays are actually getting pumped out, so massive amounts of Void Rays. This is going to be the strategy here for MAXPAX, as he's still patrolling the map, still searching perhaps for some Zerglings or some Overlords. And yeah, so let's just check SERRAL really quick. He actually goes for a Spire. A nice hidden Spire here for him, and an Infestation Pit, so we might see some Mutalisk by him really soon, and we even have a Roach Warren. So let's just see what exactly his plans are going to be for SERRAL. Are we going to be seeing some Mutalisk, perhaps some Broodwars, perhaps some Corruptors, as he did see those many Void Rays in the air. And yeah, here they come, but the Queens are ready to engage, nicely being spreaded here on the map, and more creep is getting spreaded by SERRAL. That is really important to have that creep highway, as we see now MAXPAX moving out with 2 Void Rays. This could be really good, but SERRAL is prepared for that with 1 Spore and 1 Queen. So nicely defending here as SERRAL tries a counter towards this one expansion point, but MAXPAX is now the one nicely defending. So Queens are nicely spread here for SERRAL. Some Roaches are getting produced, 6 of them, and some more Queens actually for him as well. His upgrades also going out. Same can be said here for MAXPAX with speed for Zealots, and even some Disruptors are being produced. So quite an interesting transition here for MAXPAX. Let's just see if he's going to straight for gateway units and robotic units, as yeah, slowly but steadily we're closing in towards the 10-minute mark. So yeah, still a nice defensive gameplay now all of a sudden for both players. The Void Rays are really strong, of course, looking very nicely here with their warp cannons in the front. So let's have a look. SERRAL still expanding all over the map, but the same can be said here for MAXPAX as well. So yeah, both players just concentrating onto a macro orientated game now. No wishing to harass each other. I believe both of them will wait to be maxed out and then just attack each other. Oh, sorry. So yeah, let's have a look what the next steps are going to be here indeed, as SERRAL is now moving out with his Roaches and Zerglings. So it's looking like he's going for a timing push. He even has some Banelings, and yeah, so he's not waiting to be maxed out. He's just pretty much just going straight towards here this one expansion point, but MAXPAX is nearby, as he's also going for some Orphans. So yeah, this will of course be held. I believe SERRAL just wanted to check the waters, but it looks like it's just moving more and more out. However, one observer is here to check the location from SERRAL, as still a small amount of Zerglings try to push here forward, but yeah, there's Zealots to respond. There's Void Rays in the air. And yes, SERRAL looking like he's going to concentrate all of those units straight towards this expansion point, but at the same time MAXPAX move here forward with some nice disruptor shots, but SERRAL really quick into dodging those balls. And yeah, let's have a look. 2 observers are in the air, giving good vision. There's Queens on the high ground, so MAXPAX needs to be careful. It's going to retreat here towards the other point. Yeah, those 2 Archons are also really important, just to give the splash damage amount here for the Protoss army. Yeah, and here we go. Pretty soon we might see a strong engagement. We have some Vipers in the air for SERRAL, actually 3 of them with some nice abducts. He's just catching those Disruptors really nicely, so great job here by SERRAL. The Banelings are also rolling in nicely forward, but the Archons are of course really tanky towards those Banelings here. So Yes, Serral just keeps spreading more and more of those eggs, the queen eggs on the ground. And yeah, it's a really nice highway created by him, but at the same time we have a nice push out here with some zealots that have been warped in here. So Serral has to go for those spines just to defend that expansion point, and those banings now deal that massive amounts of splash damage. Still 3 drones have been killed, but lots and lots of zealots have been killed here for MAXPAX, as well as now preparing perhaps another push with a very interesting looking army here with zealots, with archons, with the disruptors of course. And yeah, let's see this one. War Prism, he needs to be careful not to lose this one, as more and more attacks could be launched here out of this one War Prism. Yeah, things have settled down a little bit with you. We do indeed have some corruptors here by Serral with some Vipers. The Vipers are of course really strong against the air, and we might even see some infestors with some fungus here. So yeah, the Vipers like a dojo with that parasitic bombs with fungus. We've seen this Serral do many times against air sky toss. As he's now even pushing forward with those spores here, spores of course against the carrier interceptors. At the same time he's also attacking into this location, so a double attack is being prepared here for Serral, but he needs to be careful. Those Broodwars are a little bit exposed. This is pushing forward, but of course Serral has to attack here as well, and also needs to be careful against those Archons. Pretty good counter against those roaches with that splash damage, as he's nicely kiting now those roaches back and forward. And yeah, the Archons are of course not that fast, so the roaches will profit for that. But in come the Void Rays. Same time still Serral looking really strong with those Protoss in the front, backed up by the queens and by the spores. So MAXPAX tries of course to come in from the back to take Serral by surprise, as the first probes are being killed now. So we have a double attack, even more and more probes have to be transferred here, so MAXPAX pretty much under siege as he has to abandon this one location. So nice double attack here by Serral, as this one expansion looking like it's about to fall. But no, Serral is actually retreating. At the same time MAXPAX has changed his tactics. He's not going to defend down there, just pushing with more and more units here forward, more and more zealots. A nice Psionic Storm now is being used. The first spine crawlers are about to get killed here, so great initiative here by MAXPAX is going to trade expansions. If this one expansion is going to take so much damage, it might even get taken out. Serral is of course not that fast, and yes indeed the expansion has fallen. Serral tries to come in from the back with his Broodwars, with his queens, but the damage has already been done as the expansion has fallen. Zealots are being left behind. Right, she's going to teleport them back home. So really nice job here by MAXPAX, trading those expansion, losing this one expansion here, but at the same time killing the expansion here for Serral. So quite interesting strategic gameplay here by both players. And a very aggressive expansion here by Serral into this location. Let's just see if this is a little bit too much exposed for him, as this one expansion is about to get finished really soon. We can see of course once again the army move out here by Serral, taking control of the middle of the map, and I believe he's going to concentrate his attacks into this location. But here is the fleet from MAXPAX. It's Void Rays with carriers, and what exactly does Serral has just a couple of Broodwars, and those Corruptors of course will be really important. And so once again the siege is being launched here by Serral towards his enemy, and yeah, more and more damage is being taken, but the carriers are here to respond. There is even some high tempers, and I believe MAXPAX looking really confident if he can launch some good disruptor shots and some good high temper storms. Yes, Serral is actually being pushed here back. Great storms here by him, and even the Voiders activate the warp guns here, so lots and lots of damage being taken by Serral. Still he's moving forward, no infestors for him, no fungus, but yeah, MAXPAX has the high ground here. I don't think Serral should engage here, but of course he sure knows pretty much better than me. So lots and lots of casualties being taken here by Serral. At the same time he's taking out a couple of carriers. Still MAXPAX looking really strong, as now the Voiders are even engaging those Corruptors. So of course tries to kite the Corruptors back and forth, but lots and lots of damage being taken here by him. So the Voider is looking like a good and strong counter towards those Corruptors. And yeah, more and more damage is being taken left and right as more and more Corruptors join the army. And now not that much is being left here for the fleet by MAXPAX, but still the warp guns have been activated. So much damage once again being taken here by Serral. He's trying to kite back and forth. He's actually holding that position. Attacking the carriers are also dealing lots and lots of damage. And still some Voiders are being prepared here. Still some Voiders are ready. And the carriers will now take care of those Corruptors. So quite interesting strategy here by the Protoss. Void Rays with carriers versus the Zerg, looking like it's going to work out here for him, as more and more damage is being taken here. And now the Broodwars are even being exposed here. So great job here by MAXPAX with his fleet against the Zerg, but at the same time he has taken quite some damage here into his expansion point. Still he has control of this map, he might take more and more units out. The corruptors are in the air, and yeah, more and more damage is being taken now. Just 2 voidways. MAXPAX realizes this as he has to teleport back home. And yeah, lots and lots of corruptors being spawned, but in the end 17 workers have been killed here against MAXPAX. So SERRAL doing still a nice job, and somehow he found the resources to add more and more of those corruptors. He might even try to farm it onto this one Nexus, but there are Archons being prepared, and of course Archons with that splash damage very strong against those corruptors in the air. So yeah, still the counters are really strong here by SERRAL versus his opponent, as worker wise MAXPAX is at only 44 versus the 64, so still a better engagement for MAXPAX, but economic wise he has taken quite some great casualties here versus SERRAL. So quite an interesting game, like I told you. As slowly but steadily we're closing here towards the 20-minute mark, so of course still anyone's game. Statue is very likely going to get sniped, but yeah, economic wise SERRAL looking like he has the advantage right now. And let's have a look what exactly is going to happen, as once again MAXPAX feels like he's going to move out here with his forces. Army wise they're pretty much the same, and those Archons will of course be the counter towards those corruptors in the air. So yeah, MAXPAX taking control of the middle of the map. At the same time SERRAL save series expansion, and yeah, let's see, nice abduct once again. This is going to be able to snipe one carrier, still taking some damage. So great job here by SERRAL with his Vipers, 2 Vipers in the air just to snipe those carriers. And yeah, let's just see once again preparing some Zerglings, preparing some Ravagers on the ground just to counter the expansions from MAXPAX, as MAXPAX is only mining from this one location, so very hard game here for him. He has to stay back now and to defend. Still has this one expansion, but not mining from there. He actually has this one and he has rebuilt this one, so very good game here by the world champion. He's even going to rebuild this other expansion here into this location. So yeah, let's have a look what the next steps are going to be. Of course, like I told you, MAXPAX has to stay back a little bit. His economy has taken some damage. He's only at 38 workers now, so even losing some more and more workers, as the counters of SERRAL has pretty much damaged that economy really strong. However, army wise MAXPAX looking really strong with those voidways, with those Archons, and he even has some High Templars in the back just to cast those storms against the Zerg army. And yeah, quite a scary Zerg army it is indeed. Once again, some Brutals have been prepared here for SERRAL, as he still tries to counter here the economy. MAXPAX has vision of the middle of the map, he has control, but yeah, like I told you, this is quite a scary army, and even some spores could back up that army against the interceptors, as MAXPAX looking like he's going to target once again this expansion point into this location. And yeah, the spores are there to respond. They move out on the map, but yeah, so much damage is going to be taken, as the drones have to be borrowed here. So nice job here by SERRAL, but there are some observers in the air, so if MAXPAX would have felt strong, he could have countered that and killed so many drones, but the flank would have been really great for SERRAL from the back, as yeah, MAXPAX is retreating now, but at the same time SERRAL countered. Now this expansion is once again exposed. There is an Archon here, there is a Zealot to respond, but so many units here for SERRAL. At the same time SERRAL once again abduct some units, kill some units here, and now even has the high ground here. So nice job here by SERRAL, just multitasking all over the map. We even have one Tempest now, perhaps we're going to see a transition into Tempest. I don't know if the economy is going to allow this. We even have some Infestors now with great High Tempest Storm, but we do see some great Fungals here as well. Nice job, and now we have parasitic bombs with Fungals here. The Voidways try to engage, so he's nicely kiting back and forth. Once again, Broodwar dealing some damage, and yeah, so much damage is being taken out here by MAXPAX. He only has those carriers now. Spores are attacking, everything are attacking, as the carriers will be taking some great damage, and this has to be of course the GG, as SERRAL is going to take this game. So quite a nice strategy here by SERRAL, nicely multitasking here, of course luring MAXPAX towards an attack, but at the same time countering those attacks with some Zerglings, with some Roaches and Ravagers, taking out this expansion point and this one expansion point here as well. So nice multitask, like I told you, very important as a Zerg, I believe, to have some units to respond and at the same time to counter the economy from the Protoss. As you can see, MAXPAX behind on 20 workers. One point I believe that MAXPAX looked really strong with his army, but somehow SERRAL found some income to create more and more corruptors, and of course the corruptors, the great counter towards those Sky Toss fleet. At the same time, MAXPAX tried to counter with some Archons, of course, against the corruptors, but yeah, in the end, SERRAL proving to be way strong with his multitask. A great game here by the Danish player as well. So yeah, quite an interesting game here by both players.